Hello and welcome to this weekend edition of the Daily Dose of Greek. And today we're just going to illustrate that words have a range of meaning. This is sometimes called a semantic range. Range refers to a continuum, and semantic is a fancy word for meaning. So again, the semantic range of a word is that the range of meaning that a word can have. So for example, in English, the word cell can refer to a small containing unit in a prison, or a blob of protoplasm in a living organism, or a square in a spreadsheet, or a kind of mobile telephone network, right? And that's the possible meanings of the word, but within context, as someone is speaking or we're reading, just without any thought at all, at a subconscious or unconscious level, we are narrowing the possibilities of what that word can mean to the specific meaning, right? Because words don't mean everything they could mean in each instance. They have a specific meaning that the surrounding words and grammatical features allow the listener or the reader then to unconsciously or subconsciously narrow the meaning of the word to. Now, if we're reading another language, especially if we're not fluent in that language, we sometimes have to think more deliberately about the semantic range. I don't know if you've ever heard someone say this before, but sometimes you might encounter somebody who says, when you have a English translation, they should always translate all the Hebrew and Greek words consistently. Every Hebrew word should be underlined Hebrew word that should be translated consistently the same way every time, just like every underlying Greek word should be translated the same way. And that sounds on a superficial level, that sounds somewhat attractive, as if somehow there's consistency in that would be praiseworthy. And yet there's a mistake there, because Greek words, their range of meaning is not equivalent to the range of meaning of English words. And so it's impossible to really bring across the appropriate nuance of an underlying Greek or Hebrew word unless we usually translate them with several different English words depending on the context. We can see that, for example, with the word ephiemi. And I have several different verses here. And you can see the word ephiemi is translated allow, left, forgive, forgive, or have forgiven, or divorce. Very different translations depending on the context. So the point again, words have a range of meaning, and the ranges of meaning in the Greek language and in the English language do not match for particular vocabulary words. So it's necessary then to be faithful to the original author's intent to use a variety of words to translate the same underlying Greek word.